Guys, how do you measure or know whether or not you're actually building some wealth and getting rich or not? Yeah, we could all just check our net worth statement and look at the numbers on paper. We could do that. But for a lot of us, it just doesn't feel like we're moving ahead. Hey, I've been there and I've done that, so I understand. And that's why in this video, I'm going to give you 8 signs to help you understand if you're actually building wealth or not. By the time this video is over, you may learn that you're richer than you think, and you really just have to keep going and keep doing what you've been doing. So this video may surprise you, and hopefully it'll help you feel better about where you are with money and where you're going with your money. Now guys, the first sign that you're actually building some wealth is that you believe you can be rich and you understand that all rich people aren't evil. See, you will never be comfortable becoming something that you despise. And if you despise wealth or wealthy people or being rich, you'll never be rich. If you misunderstand that morality or immorality is tied to a class of people, you're not going to be able to build any wealth. You have to understand that you're not more moral because you're poor, and you're not more evil because you're rich. So for a lot of us, we got to kind of rearrange the way that we think about wealth, right? And most of all, you have to believe that your personal financial life can be better than it is right now. So you have to be clear about your thinking in terms of wealth and money. So if you know and believe that there's hope in your situation, no matter what that financial situation is, you've got the right attitude. Guys, belief is a really powerful thing, because obviously if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. You can't. So belief is the first thing. If you have the right belief system, there's a chance that you're on your way to becoming rich and you're in the process of building some wealth. Now, the second sign that you're building wealth is that you have more than one source of income that's not earned income. If your only source of income is earned income from a job, you're paying way too many taxes and you're probably putting in too many hours for the work. You want to have other sources of income: rental properties, businesses, investments, royalty income, right? All these type of incomes other than earned income. So if you're not only getting your sources of income from earned income from jobs, which is taxed at the highest rate, you're probably on your way to building some wealth. Now, the third sign that you're out here building wealth is that you know your purpose. You know your assignment on the planet, and you know why you were created. Now listen, that's a really tough thing to know. A lot of people don't know that. And if you're one of those people that don't quite know, there's a possibility you could be struggling in a lot of areas. But think about this. If you don't know why you're here, what your purpose is, then you may already be successful in a certain area, and you don't even know you're successful in that area because you just don't know why you're here. Because hey, listen, people that know their assignment, know their purpose, understand their gift and their talent that they're supposed to deliver to the world, the people of the world, then those people are usually pretty sure of themselves. They have a certain level of confidence in what they're doing, and it helps guide their decision making and how they make choices around life and money. And that's wealth. That's a measure of wealth that's really important that most people don't get to. And it can lead to probably the most gratifying and wealthy place there is. And that's knowing why you're here, with or without money. Guys, if you're getting anything out of this video, do me a favor and smash that like button below. Also, please share this video with your friends, your family, and your network of people. And don't forget to drop that comment below. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, the fourth thing is this. You know that you're out here building wealth if you're living well below your means. Your means is your income, right? Your income is here, but your expenses are here, right? If you know you got a big cushion of money and it's growing and growing, every single year or every time you get a raise on the job, you know you're going to get more money, but you're spending the same, you're probably building some wealth because you have the discipline and you've learned delayed gratification, and you have the patience to not overspend, not go above and beyond where you probably should be going with your money, right? You have self-control with money, self-control over your spending, self-control over you. You know your income, you know your expenses, you tailor your lifestyle accordingly. So being disciplined enough not to make these impulse buys, not to have Amazon dropping off packages at your door 3 or 4 times a week, right? When you're in that discipline mode like that, where you know how to save up for large purchases, and you just continue the basic principle of living below your means through discipline, consistency, and delayed gratification, you're on your way to being wealthy. Now, the 5th sign that you're building wealth is you're a willing, lifelong learner. Look, you don't know it all, and you're willing to learn what you need to learn, to be more and to ultimately have more choices in life. So you walk into the room and you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You're okay just relaxing and listening and learning to other people, right? You want to learn how to do new things. Invest your money, buy appreciating assets, grow your money, handle your money more efficiently. You're willing to learn all those things and humble yourself to actually get the new information that you need to be better, to learn the new way of thinking, the new way of doing, the new way of organizing, whatever it may be. That right there is a wealthy attitude, and it has you in position to be well on your way to being wealthy. Now, number 6 is this. The 6th sign that you know that you're building wealth is that you're self-motivated. You're a self-starter. You believe in motivating yourself, right? To build, to produce, to create whatever you have to create. You're okay with getting out there and doing it and being proactive when it comes to your money, your investments, your learning. You're willing to get out there and go get it. And you don't need motivation from the outside. Your motivation comes from within to get better or to do better or to do more. Nobody has to prompt you to organize a budget. Nobody has to prompt you to write down and manage your time appropriately. Nobody has to prompt you or motivate you to make sure you set up a calendar so that your day is mapped out. Nobody has to get after you and motivate you to see what your net worth is and do a quarterly net worth statement of your life, of your money. You do it on your own. You're a self-starter, a self-learner, a self-motivated person. Because wealth builders, people that build wealth, they're in the process of building. So they have to be self-starters that are fully engaged in the habit of motivating themselves to do what needs to be done. Now, the 7th sign that you're building some wealth is that you don't move with money in the same direction that everybody else moves with money. You're okay being different with your money. The crowd goes left, you think about, make a decision, figure out if it's right for you, and you go right. Why? Because you're a thinker and you don't care what everybody else says about you. You lean into intuition, common sense principles, rational decisions, and you do what's best for you and your money. You don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You don't worry about what everybody else is spending, right? The crowd may love to get rich and go with the get rich quick scheme, and that's not you. You're very stable. You understand the principle of get rich slow and steady and take your time. Now, I'm not saying you don't take risk. You take risk, but they're calculated risk. They're not off the cuff risk, right? So that's the type of person that has the demeanor to build some serious wealth because they understand the principle. And if this is you, I'm talking to you and I'm talking about you. If it's you, let me know in the comments below if this is you. You understand the principle of not only building wealth, but building yourself into the person that can handle and keep the wealth. So you're perfectly okay with being different with your money. You don't care what they say about you. You have a plan, you are building, and you are focused. And you certainly don't give in to peer pressure from the culture or from social media. Now, the 8th and final way that you know that you're building some wealth is you hate debt. Okay, let me say that differently because hate is such a strong word. You dislike debt on things that's going down in value, right? So if it's depreciating in value, you don't like it. And you fully understand the concept that the borrower is a servant to the lender. Always. The principle doesn't change. You understand that debt on something that's going down in value is a future wealth killer. It's a killer of your future wealth. You understand that principle and you live by that principle. You buy things that go up in value. You're in the habit of buying assets, things that are appreciating. Right? You're okay having that older, paid-for car as opposed to the newer car with payments. And you realize that paying money to borrow money, interest, on something that is losing value is a losing strategy. And you'd rather do anything than be an indentured servant to a car payment or an indentured servant to a $10,000 credit card balance, right? You don't want to be tied to those payments on things going down in value. If that's you and you feel that way, then you're probably on your way to building wealth. Now, hey, that's my 8 signs to help you understand whether or not you're building wealth and becoming rich or not. Now, you may not be doing all 8 of those, but if you're only doing some, you can get a feel for whether or not you're building wealth. Again, the key is to keep going. And you may be richer than you think. Just be patient if you're doing all the right things with money. Despite the stuff you may see and read, wealth building actually takes some time, and it takes a process. For 99.9% of us, building wealth is not an overnight thing. Just don't get weary in well-doing. If you're doing most of the things that I talked about on this video, your job right now is to just keep going. Don't stop. So I hope this video was at least able to put you at ease. If you want to learn a really important secret to making more money that hardly anybody ever talks about, and people should probably talk about a whole lot more, you need to check out this video right here. Remember, the best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Peace.